Have you ever experienced wrist pain in your yoga practice? Then this video is for you. Unfortunately, wrist injuries and pain are quite common in yoga because many of the postures put a lot of weight and pressure onto the wrist joints, which they're not used to in daily life. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you some easy modifications you can do for a safer practice. First of all, have a look at the surface you're practicing on. The softer the surface, the less stability there is for your wrists. So if you're already experiencing discomfort or pain, avoid practicing on surfaces like sand, grass, or a thick carpet. You might even have to check out your yoga mat and see if it is too thick and soft for you, and switch it out for a thinner one. Next, let's have a look at the alignment in the pose. To protect the wrists, we want to spread the fingers wide and activate the hands by pushing all four corners into the mat. At the same time, create a curling or clawing motion with the fingers, pressing the tips into the mat. This creates hasta bandha, the energy lock of the hands, which gives a lot of stability to the wrist joint here. We also want to make sure the placement of the shoulders. So if I go into a plank pose, I can see a lot of people who shift their weight forwards. This puts the wrists into very deep extension, a movement that they're not used to and that is not necessarily healthy for them. So instead, I want to bring my weight gently back, making sure that my shoulders are aligned on top of the wrists, which will already take out a lot of the pressure and friction. What is also important, especially in plank posture, is to engage your core. When our core is weak and not engaged, we tend to lean more and more into the arms and wrists, which will put even more pressure on the joint. Now, if you already feel a lot of pain in the wrists in extension, which is quite normal because this is not a movement our wrists are used to. Most of the time in daily life, for example, when we're picking things up or working on the computer, our wrists are either in a neutral position or in flexion. They rarely go into extension. But then suddenly in yoga, we're in full extension and putting weight on top, which they're not used to. So if you want to avoid that, you can try practicing on your fists. This will already make it a lot more comfortable because your wrists are in a neutral position. If that is too much and you might already be struggling with an injury or chronic pain, instead try lowering down on your forearms, spreading the fingers wide, activating the hands and the shoulders. You'll find that the wrists don't take any weight here at all. You can do the same instead of downward facing dog, going into dolphin pose with the elbows and forearms down on the mat. You'll get almost the same benefits of the postures here without any wear or tear on the wrists. I hope these tips were helpful, and I wish you a healthy and safe practice. Namaste.